Welcome to Rapid F1 News. Don't forget to subscribe for the latest Formula 1 news. This is about Ferrari, and they have insisted they are not alarmed by Mercedes' recent Formula 1 progress despite falling behind their rivals in recent races. Now, we know, of course, at the beginning of the season, Mercedes were having a lot of trouble. They were having problems with porpoising and stuff like that. However, they have managed to add improvements to the car during the course of the season and are now doing quite well, and to the point where they have slightly began to overtake Ferrari in terms of performance on the track. So there are a few people who are now questioning whether Ferrari are keeping up with everybody and whether they're developing their car enough, although they have a good reason for it. More recently, Ferrari has seen Mercedes emerge as Red Bull's main threat at some races, with its own F175 lacking performance. However, they have said that Mercedes is coming back right as they have developed the car more than we did. We know as well ourselves that we stopped quite early the development of the car to focus on 2023. So I'm not too concerned by the rate of development, because I know as well when we stopped developing it. So it looks like they decided they were going to stop developing the car fairly early this season and to concentrate on their 2023 car, which of course is a sensible thing to do, and something a lot of teams tend to do during the season. They tend to stop developing the current car so much and focus more on the next year's car. So Ferrari has not run a race since the Austrian Grand Prix in July, when Leclerc came through to beat Verstappen. But since then, Red Bull has won every Grand Prix. While Ferrari has clearly been chasing better results than it was able to deliver, Binotto sees no need for concern about the situation. Certainly, if I look at the last races, it has not always been great. But in Singapore, I think we have been very competitive. Japan was in the wet, and we were not as fast, but it was not a drama, and certainly not in the qualifying. In the States, Austin, I think that in the qualifying we were competitive, but not as much as we would have expected in the race. In Mexico, it's a lot worse, but I don't think it's the same trend, because Singapore competitive, Japan not too bad, USA good qualification. And he's also gone on to say, but the duty is first to try and analyse what's going on and what has been the main issues here in Mexico, and try to come back competitive for what is our level of competitiveness, at least for the last two races, including Sao Paulo. We can hope certainly to be there and to fight for a better result. I mean, I think, it's Mercedes, I think, have had to try and do something to fix their car. I think that they've had to put money in and development time into stopping their car from doing the porpoising and to try and make it a bit more competitive. They've got two more races to go. Will they manage to get a win out of those last two races? Perhaps. We'll have to wait and see. But it's certainly something that I think is going to be something that Mercedes is going to be concerned about, the fact that this season went so badly. Ferrari, however, they've got points on the board, they've got podium places on the board, so they're not too concerned, and they've now decided to focus on the 2023 car, which I think is fair enough for me. But what do you think? Do you think that Ferrari should be alarmed by the development of the Mercedes, or do you think that actually they've done a very good job in stopping their development of this car early to focus on next year? Let me know down in the comments, as always, what you think.